What up, good people? Welcome back, man. I may put the music on in a little bit, but for the most part, we're just gonna get right into it today, y'all. No, let me put the music on. Let me put the music on. Y'all gonna have to witness me do that process right now. So, excuse me. There we go. There we go. I have about 2 sips of coffee. I've been working all weekend. I got about 14 hours overtime this week. So, and last week, and the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before. Lots of overtime, but I never ever I hadn't been an overtime person in so many years, because there was a time when I worked as a defense contractor when 14-hour days, 7 days a week. Let me say that again. 14-hour days, 7 days a week was a norm. No days off. That was a little extreme, but 12 hours a day, 7 days a week was the actual norm. Every day, 12 hours a day. As a matter of fact, you got a day off, you didn't know what to do because you was used to being at work all the time. Now the difference is, when you're overseas, you don't have your family, you don't have your friends around, your friends are at work. So you get used to it. You literally get used to going into work and working 12 hours a day. So 12 hours, 14 hours overtime here is nothing compared to, you do the math on 12, that's 60 hours, that's at least 20 hours overtime on a 5-day work week. I don't even want to do the math. It's ridiculous, but that's neither here nor there. Shout out to Ibrahim Traore, man. Burkina Faso. I gotta get to that country. That's an African country. Burkina Faso. Anyways, let me turn this down a little bit. Chapter 7, the dark thing. This chapter relates to what's been happening for me, here lately, man. It's like this dark cloud over me. Just I can't seem to, Anyways. Freddie, whispered Jacob. With the spirit thing by his side, it got the feeling the boy was up to no good. It could feel a certain kind of energy emitting from him. Kind of like when someone or something is about to do something that goes against the norm. Those vibes were strong and coming from Jacob like a hot water heater. Those vibes are strong and coming from Jacob like a hot water when the house was already hot enough. What am I saying? I'm saying water, y'all. I'm seeing heater, but saying water. Come on, coffee. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Don't fail me. If y'all have been following me on Facebook, you can clearly see that I'm writing short stories also. And I'm doing all this because I'm a writer. I don't know if I said this already, but I heard a great comedian say He does, he writes every day. That was Damon Williams on Club Shay Shay. He was on Club Shay Shay and he was explaining to Shannon Sharp. He says he has to write every day. And I think I get it from my mom. And I know I get it from my mom, and I know I get it from my grandmother. But both of those two. My grandmother, the poetry, she could freestyle a poem or like a mini rap. And my mom, she's a writer, a songwriter, and she's a storyteller. I get it from those two. But if I wasn't able to put stories out, I don't even know. And I think my daughter, she's definitely a writer as well, and an artist. She's a writer and an artist. But y'all, I'm basically talking to because I know I gotta put something out. I know I gotta exercise this because that's just how it is. Freddie, whispered Jacob. When the spirit thing, with the spirit thing by his side, they got the feeling the boy was up to no good. They could feel a certain kind of energy emitting from him. Kind of like when someone or something is about to do something that goes against the norm. Those vibes were strong and coming from Jacob like a hot heater when the house was already hot enough. Around that same time, the spirit thing saw it again. The other thing, the dark, shadowy thing that also followed the boy home from the pond. It was there, moving like a snake, creepily coiling its way up Jacob's neck. No one could see it. If the spirit thing were in an actual body, its breathing would have been that of an Olympic sprinter coming in second, desperately trying to catch the person ahead of it. What to do? Watching as the dark thing went up further and further, finally making its way to the boy's left ear hole, then funneling its way in like dirty water spinning down a drain. "Let's go to your place," Jacob said. In his hand was an empty backpack. "Why?" Freddie asked. "I'll tell you when we get there. And stop talking so fucking much. So fucking loud." Frederick winced before complaining. "But I'm hungry." "The food ain't going nowhere," Jacob insisted. As the music from the garage began to fade without notice, the two boys headed further out into the front yard, where the crickets and cicadas were serenading the stars. The insects seemed to be playing the soundtrack for whatever this other Jacob was getting himself into. "What are we doing?" Jacob whispered. Frederick whispered. "Excuse me." "Freddie, you can talk normal now," said Jacob. "Okay, what are we doing at my place?" "I'm sorry. Why are we going to my place?" the boy asked. "I'll tell you when we get there." Coming up on the house that had been in the family for over 50 years, a single light was on in one of the bedrooms. Jacob looked at Frederick for an explanation. "It's my grandma. She's probably watching a game. When she's watching any kind of sports on TV, she thinks she's there on the floor with LeBron. Crazy." "Okay, that's not a problem. We just need to get in the garage where Shug keeps his stash," said Jacob. "Stash? You mean his shine?" asked Frederick. "Yeah, I heard him and your dad talking earlier." "He's going to take a couple of gallons back to New Jersey with him. Said they love the stuff up there." "I don't get it," said Frederick. "What are we going to do with it?" "We are going to get drunk, my boy, and put a little more in the punch bowl. he followed with an evil giggle. More? What? Why? Asked Frederick. Just because, replied Jacob. Just because what? Just because I said so, said Jacob. Just because you said so? Jake, I don't know about this. Freddie, the party is boring, okay? This is Suge's 88th birthday. It's our job to liven it up a little. I won't put a lot in this time. I only need you to get me in the garage and be the lookout when it's time to spike the punch. Being as quiet as a mouse, the boys entered the living room and made their way through the kitchen when someone yelled out, Papa? Is that you? It's Granny, said Frederick. What do I do? Say it's you, said Jacob. It's you, the boy yelled back. I mean, me. It's me, Freddie. It's me, Frederick. Came to get something out the garage. Oh. What's Okie? I may be tired, but I saw that one. Okay, y'all got 4 minutes. Oh, okay. Thought you was my daddy. About to get up out my bed to see who it was. Suge enjoying the party? Of course, I did my share of dancing. I used a jitterbug and cut a rug and wiggle on down to the ground. Yeah, he is, Jacob responded. Looks like a kid in a candy factory. Oh my goodness, is that my chili bear? I gotta come see my chili bear, the woman said, as the squeaking springs of an old mattress was heard. Damn it, said Jacob. Should have kept my fucking mouth shut. Yeah, you should have, Frederick agreed. Wait right here. I got something to give you. Oh. Wait right there, I got something to give you, the lady said as her footsteps became louder. Coming into the kitchen wearing a long, cozy house coat was Miss Martha Louise. Miss Martha Louise White, once high school principal of Green Pond High and devoted wife to the late mayor of Green Pond, Mr. Herbert White. She held a special place for young Jacob in her heart. When he was just 5 years old, the boy had saved her life. He'd come over to play with Frederick one day. It just so happened to be a day Frederick Sr. was in town. Therefore, both Frederick and Lily had gone with their father for ice cream. Suge and Penny were out shopping, and the kid's mother, Magdalena, knowing her estranged husband was in town, had disappeared. Being the 10-year anniversary of Herbert's death, that morning had started out as just that. Let me space this a little bit. It's just that. A day of mourning for Martha Louise. There was no crying like the days that led up to his funeral, but plenty of body aches and generally feeling weak, symptoms that still accompanied her before a deep depression. She'd been cooking a pot of lima beans back when she was capable. The woman had fallen asleep with the pot still on, and while sleeping, the pot had boiled over with enough rich, dark smoke permeating around an open fire. It was some incredible magic trick when the smoke burst into flames. In the old home, there had never been smoke alarms, therefore there was no warning to awaken Louise. When little Jacob showed up, the smell of burning food was that alarm that led him in the house. Something's not right, the boy thought. In a neighborhood where people only locked their doors at night, it wasn't a surprise to the boy when he turned the knob. His first thoughts as he made his way to where the now fire was inhabiting the kitchen. Was the call for help. Oh, his first thoughts as he made his way to where the now fire was inhabiting the kitchen was to call for help. And so he did. "Help! Shug, the house is on fire," little Jacob yelled. Finally, after hearing the screaming child, the woman, heavily intoxicated by anxiety pills, struggled to her feet. By then, bellowing smoke was in the hallway. "Frederick, is that you?" she asked while making her way to the kitchen. "It's me," said little Jacob. All right, we made it to right here. We're going to make this green. This is going to be our starting point. And we're going to go back up here to where it is green. And we're going to make this black. So we just moved on despite me feeling like I just got finished wrestling with a lion and a hippopotamus and won somehow. So yeah, we're going to start. Oh, that's the wrong green. That's not the right green. What green am I looking for? The darkest green we can find. No, not that green. Anyways, yeah, that's better. That's better. This is where we're going to pick it back up, y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by.